Hey, what's up? This is Carlo from Simply Sounds. Welcome back to our second tutorial. And on this one, we're going to be going over layering a few different audio clips on top of each other to create one cohesive sound. So if you take a look at this video, you'll notice that there is trees, water, and you can see that there's a boat. So the next sound that I think I want to use would probably be some sort of gentle, watery sound. Let's see if we can find that. Scroll down. Oh, gentle creek. Let's see what this sounds like. So do your in and outs, find what you would like. And then this is what it sounds like without any audio effects added to it, layered with the birds. So it fits, it's good, but it still doesn't make too much sense because the water is just as loud that high up as it is once you get closer. So as we did with the birds, create two keyframes, but this time do the opposite. So in the beginning, set the water volume to be really, really low as it gradually gets louder as we get closer to the surface of the water. As you can see, that sounds a lot better and more realistic. So always play with it, make sure it fits properly. As far as volume, you might want to raise it or lower it a little bit accordingly. So here I'm going to raise it a little bit, just right before the Simply Sounds logo comes in. Next, let's add some basic audio effects. Let's add a EQ 10 and a convolution reverb. Turn off the convolution reverb just to work with the EQ. Solo the water track. And again, take down some of the lows. And I would boost a bit of the mid to lows, around 125 to about 500. And then cut down some of the high hertz, around 16K. And then I would boost a little bit of the mid highs. That's going to get a little bit of that more bubbly sound. Alright, next we're going to turn on the convolution reverb, and you're going to notice again that the sound is going to immediately be super reverby. So again, you could pick your own preset or go to the custom tab and make your own. So first thing we're going to do is drop that mix a little bit lower. So normally you could get a good bass around 55 to 60, 65. See how that sounds? Get that pre-delay up a little bit, which again starts the reverb a little bit after the initial sound. Let's drop the mix a little bit because the water doesn't need it as much. Okay, and finally let's just add a quick little constant gain at the end just to fade it out a little bit smoother. As you can see, it all comes together with some basic audio effects and mixing purposes as far as volume. Both the birds and the water sound cohesive as one total sound. But I think we could add one more. We still have one more object in the center, which is a boat. Let's see if we could have any quick little boat engine idle. Where the boat would become most prominent as far as sound. So normally I would extend it a little bit further than normal, just so I could fade in the sound a little bit cleaner, instead of it being such an abrupt sound. But This is what it sounds like without any effects or automation. Yeah, it fits, but it doesn't fade in properly. It's just very abrupt and really in your face. So let's start again with some basic volume automation. So the boat seems like it'd be most prominent right about here. So let's fade it in a little bit from the beginning to that point and then fade it out at the end. See what that sounds like. Okay, better, but I think it could be faded in a little bit smoother. So remember to play with the volume a little bit to make sure it fits properly with the video. So I think around 20, negative 20 decibels will work. So let's start with some basic audio effects. Start with an EQ10 and a stereo expander. Turn off the stereo expander, and this time instead of cutting out all the bass, boost a little bit because that boat has a little low end rumble. Cut down some of the highs. That'll create that little annoying high end frequency. And then play with the mids, which would be around 250 all the way up to about 4K. Turn on the stereo expander, and since the boat is directly in the middle of the scene, instead of making it super wide, try narrowing the sound a little bit so it's more directly in the center of you. And at the end, just add a quick little fade out just so it's a smooth transition out. First, let's hear it again without any sounds. Now, let's test it with all three audio tracks: water, boat, and birds. That does sound and look a lot better and more professional. So, with these little tips and tricks of basic audio effects and volume automation with some reverb and sound layering, you really can create some awesome sound design to make your videos look a lot better and more professional. This is Carlo from Simply Sounds, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.